And our last speaker of the day is Mai Tran, who is the founder of My Health Now, and she is in Northern Virginia. She's such a support and expert for so many companies and individuals, and we've enjoyed every time that you've spoken with us, so thank you. Mai is a certified holistic health counselor, and she's going to spend a little bit of time talking about the importance of self-care. And as always, I always love this part of the program, and I'm just going to zone out and listen to you.
Hi, everybody. It's so good to be here. My name is Mai. I have a master's in science in global health, and I'm also a certified health counselor. And I love this quote: if you don't take care of your body, where are you going to live, right? And when we're going through a divorce or we're done with divorce, there's all these emotions that may still be stuck in your body, and you don't want it stuck there, because research shows that repressed emotions can lead to chronic stress, which can lead to disease. And so we're going to do an embodiment exercise in just a minute. So I love this quote: if you go towards your health, your life will only improve. So some of the companies that I've had the pleasure and the joy to speak at, and it includes the NIH, the CDC, NASA, and what they're really finding in medical research is how stress can really lead to disease. So it really boils down to, how do you feel in your body, and how are you going to get those pent-up emotions released from your body so it doesn't lead to anything you don't want to lead to. So we're going to do a mindfulness exercise. We're going to be talking about building your resilience. We're going to be doing just a little preview about stressful events in your health. And this is more for you to really prioritize your health unapologetically. A lot of times people know what they need to do, but they don't give themselves permission because of guilt and shame. Let that go. You just went through a war. You need to now give yourself permission for a lot of self-love. That's going to be healing and positive connection. I'll introduce you to the My Balanced Health Pyramid. And then we'll talk about obstacles in the way of good health. What is the mental muck that's keeping you in a negative space, right? Because the past is gone. The future, you have not touched upon the future. The present is where all your power is. Remember that. So if anxiety is fear of the future and depression is regret from the past, our power move is to be right here, right now, letting go of the past and just learning from it and moving on before it stays in our body as disease. We'll talk about solutions, and then I'll give you resources. But first, I want you to close your eyes when we do our first mindfulness exercise. Close your eyes, roll your shoulders, relax your neck. Let's turn your neck to counterclockwise, just make a round turn other way. Now, put your neck the other way. Good. Shake your hands out. We're shaking all the stress. Okay. And I want you to put one hand on your chest, one hand on your belly. We're going to take a deep breath in. Take a deep breath out. Take a deep breath in. Take a deep breath out. And if you notice, the hand on your belly should be moving in and out. So whenever we do a deep breathing exercise, your stomach should be moving in and out. Those are deep breaths. And what that does is it activates your rest and digest part of your nervous system, also known as the parasympathetic nervous system. That's where all your power is. When we're in fight, flight, freeze, or fawn, that's a new one. Fawning is people pleasing. We tend to only breathe through our chest, which is shallow breaths, and that can help us hyperventilate, and it can help us get into fight or flight. So all your power is when your nervous system is relaxed, because your prefrontal cortex is your critical thinking, your impulse control. So close your eyes one more time, relax your shoulders, relax your jaw. I want you to think of a light that's right above your head, and we're going to do a body scan. So that light is going to go to the front of your face, all the way to the back of your head. It's going to do a spiral. And it's me scanning for any sensations in your bodies. So it's now around your nose, going in the back of your head. You're simply noticing sensations. If there's any aches or pains, it's going towards your ear, to the back of your ear, to the neck. The neck often has a lot of tension. Then it's going to the shoulders. You're simply noticing where you have tension. Goes to the back of your shoulders, to the front of your chest, going all the way down to your chest, to the back again. It's swirling around your body. You're simply noticing sensation without judgment. And then what you're going to do, it's still swirling. You're noticing whatever feelings you're noticing. It's going to your belly now, to the back, to your hips, to the back. Notice any tension you might have, to the knees, to the back of your leg, all the way down to your calves, to the front. You might have some sensations in your knee, any tension. Then it's going down your ankles and it's landing in your toes. It's going around your body. So I want you to think about the problem areas, the tense areas. I want you to think what emotion that might be, right? Maybe you got cut off from a car today. Maybe your ex called you and you were upset. Now I want you to visualize that tension disappearing. Allow the tension in that localized part of your body disappearing. You're relaxing it and it feels calm. You don't feel the ache. You're giving yourself permission to let go of that tension. Take a deep breath in. Take a deep breath out. If you had a tension headache, allow your body to let go of that headache. Come back to the room. And that is an exercise that I recommend to everyone to do a body scan so you know where you are. So you let go of the emotion that's lodged in your body. And when you do that, you prevent that emotion causing aches in your body, because tension and chronic stress can cause inflammation in the body. So now we're going to do a breathing technique. It's called the 4-7-8 breathing technique. And it's mindful breathing. So that's mindful breathing, meaning when you're breathing in and breathing out, if there is an emotion or a thought that floats through your mind, just think of it as a cloud that passes through your mind and you're going to go back into your breathing. And this technique is created by Dr. Andrew Weil. He created it to activate the relaxation response where all your power is, right? When you want to think creatively, you need to be relaxed. So I'm going to show you, and then I will count for you. So we do 4 breaths in through our nose, then you hold for 7, and I'll do the counting, and you breathe out through your mouth for 8 counts. And we'll do this in a cycle. And this is supposed to really activate your relaxation. So close your eyes, unroll your shoulders, shake out your hands with the stress. Let the stress just shake out. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Take a deep breath out through your mouth. And we'll begin. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale through your nose, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale through your mouth, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale through your nose, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Last breath. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Take a deep breath in. Take a deep breath out. And come back to the room. So you can do this breathing technique even in the elevator. What he suggests, Dr. Andrew Weil, he suggests doing it in the morning before you get up from bed and at night when you go to bed to help you relax and go to sleep. And also when you're super stressed and you need to get your impulse control back, you can do this exercise. So building your resilience includes just breathe, come back to the moment, get out of future tripping or past tripping. Your power is right now. All your opportunities is staying in the present moment. So there are certain things you can do if you're disassociating, right? So you can just take a deep breath in, take a deep breath out, one hand towards your heart, the other towards your stomach, and take 5 healing breaths, right? And then when you come up to the room, come back, you look at anchors in the room, like a light bulb, a lamp, a table, and you anchor, those are your anchors to come back to the present moment. Practicing mindfulness includes a lot of self-compassion. I love the work by Kristen Neff. That's N-E-F-F. She's a psychologist that studied self-compassion. That's treating yourself with grace and ease and giving yourself the benefit of a doubt. Practicing mindfulness is when you're fully present with all of your senses, with no judgment towards yourself or the situation. You're simply an observer. This helps you stay in the now where your power is. Getting a solid support team. So if you're working, you can check with your employee about EAPs, that's your employment assistance program, or even hiring a health coach to help you really get your health goals in order. Minding your sleep. This is the fastest thing you can do to really practice being in a good mood. Think about when you don't get enough sleep. Are you grumpy? Can you concentrate? This is by far the biggest mood booster. So really focusing on your 7 to 8 hours of sleep, no more than 9, no less than 6. Studies have shown that if you get less than 6 hours of sleep, your body can go into a pre-diabetic state because your insulin levels raise when you don't get enough sleep. More than 9 hours, you start getting into chronic disease like cancer and heart disease and diabetes as well because your body isn't moving. So the sweet spot is 7 to 8 hours of sleep. So the Holmes and Raw stress scale is just to give you compassion. These are the 10 most stressful events. Notice divorce is number 2, right after the death of a spouse or child. So just know what you've been through and know that if you focus on your health, you cannot go wrong. If you focus on your health, your life will only improve. If you focus on escape, self-medicating with alcohol and drugs, your life will take a nosedive, right? Because anything that takes you away from the present moment is taking away from your power. So how do they calculate the score? So you can look up the Strom and Rom test, and if you get more than a 300, then you have a likelihood of disease and illness if you're not taking care of yourself, right? A score of 150 to 299, 50% of illness, and 30% likely score less than 150. So if you're in the 80% range, it doesn't mean you're going to die of a disease. It means that you have to take radical self-care of yourself. And remember, divorce and separation, you add these up, and that's how they get the score that they do. So generally, people who have gone through divorce have gone through marital separation. So again, 73 plus 65, right? So this is to say, this is by a doctor, a psychologist, and she says that mental health is really dependent on the current state. And unfortunately, when people are in a bad current state, like getting over a divorce or co-parenting, excuse me, with a spouse or ex-spouse that isn't really collaborative, you can start ignoring your physical health. And then it's a spiral that starts getting you sick, right? So people tend to lose sight of their health when they lose a marriage, a divorce, or death. So don't let it happen to you. You deserve a robust, wonderful life in your new chapter, and you can do this by unapologetically taking care of your health. So the statistics is divorced individuals are 20% more likely to have heart disease, diabetes, and other chronic conditions if they don't take care of their health. 23% are more likely to have mobility problems, such as climbing stairs or walking long distances. And in fact, those who divorced but then remarried still had 12% more chronic health conditions and 19% more mobility issues than people who never experienced divorce. So this is a wake-up call to stay flexible, to focus on your nutrition and your sleep. So remember, your health is within your control, and small changes like breathing, doing that 4-7-8 breathing technique every day, doing a body scan so you release those emotions from your body, makes seismic changes for your health. So what can you do to be healthier? What you focus on grows. So recently I started the Whole30, but I also started a mindfulness news cleanse where I deleted all the bad news from my phone. And while I'm doing the Whole30, which is literally 40 days because you have 10 days to reincorporate all the food, I have vowed not to listen to any news or watch any news for 40 days, right? Because I'm focusing on growth mindset, positive things, things that nourish me and they don't stress me out. If you focus on your health, your emotional, mental, and physical resilience will grow and your life will get better. If you focus on being bitter and living in the past and not letting it go, that bitterness is going to grow. So the way you counteract that going back into the past is anchoring yourself in the present moment. That's really important. And remember, show up for yourself. Make a commitment to prioritize your health first without any guilt or shame. Letting go of shame is one of the most liberating things you can do for your life and health. This is my balanced health pyramid based on longevity studies. So the Harvard and the Stanford longevity study found that the #1 critical aspect of not dying from an early death and from disease is positive, healthy connections. So your social connections where you feel safe and nourished, seen and heard is one of the most important connections to longevity and a disease-free life. Other things that are critical, whole foods, because that is the fuel that energizes your body and it affects your mood. Food affects your mood. And also movement. 30 minutes of movement every day It's one of the best antidepressants, according to research, that you can do for yourself. And of course, social connection, right? And in the pyramid, there's sleep. Sleep is a foundation for health. Get your 7 to 8 hours. It's the instant mood boost. And if your circadian rhythms are off, just walk 15 minutes outside every morning. And that helps rebalance your circadian rhythms. Make de-stressing a priority because chronic stress leads to disease. So that 4-7-8 breathing technique can help you. And also take deep, long breaths, one hand on your heart, one hand on your stomach, to activate the parasympathetic nervous system and get away from the fight or flight. The fight or flight's inflammatory for your body. So what are the obstacles to good health? Binge drinking. The biggest downfall of the Harvard longevity study participants was drinking. They overdrank. Lack of sleep, eating the wrong types of food that does not fuel your body. Unhealthy friendships that make you feel unsafe. Research showed that ambivalent friendships, where you don't know where you stand with that person, is very corrosive to your mental health because it puts you in high alert. So I gave up ambivalent friendships a long time ago. If I don't know where I stand with someone, I just quietly stop prioritizing them in my life. Lack of support. And the number one killer of people is isolation. So I highly recommend that you join a divorce support group. You're here, just the fact that you're here, you're ahead of the game. Also numbing out, tuning out of your life instead of showing up. So being present for your life. Create a life that you don't have to escape from, right? Remember, you have to feel to heal. Meaning self-awareness is the first shift to seismic health. You got to feel to let it go. Your body's trying to tell you something. So binge drinking, that was the number one cause of the downfall of people who wanted to live a long life and they didn't. So according to the CDC, 4 drinks in a 2-hour period for a woman, it's binge drinking. 5 drinks for a man in a 2-hour period, it's binge drinking. So pause or stop the booze when life is especially stressful. I just drink non-alcoholic beer, or I put grape juice or cranberry juice in a wine glass, because a lot of times it's the ritual, right? Drinking causes sleep disturbances. Binge drinking increases your chances of cancer, stroke, heart disease, and high blood pressure. Not great when you're already prone to those things because of a divorce. So the solutions are quite simple. Get the right type of support, manage your stress by going towards health and practicing mindfulness, go back to the basics. You know what you need to do, just get the support that you need. Get your 7 to 8 hours of sleep, move, socially connect with the right people, join clubs. That's how I volunteer. I join clubs, and look up old schoolmates. That's a great way to reconnect. Be mindful of how much you drink, and most importantly, treat yourself with grace and compassion. So you want to control what you can control and let go of the rest. Your health is within your control, and your new chapter will start off with a solid foundation. A lawyer who has worked with divorce, Christian Latham, definitely recommend this when I was going through my own divorce. Not only did I get divorced, but my husband died before I could sign the papers, and I raised 3 kids by myself. And I promise you, if you focus on your health, everything will get better. So this is highly recommended by a divorce lawyer. Other resources just to get out of your head is the Calm app, Headspace, Simple Habits, Louise Hay positive affirmations, and really letting yourself feel those affirmations in the moment that you're speaking. And then this is a great book, Radical Forgiveness. Forgiveness is not about condoning horrible behavior. It's, as Oprah says, it's accepting that the past could be anything but what it is, right? So if you need more support, you can find me on Instagram at My Health Now, or you can check out my website,